super quick story. Letter to the devil. That's something. When I was young, probably like in my early teens, like 13, 14, one of my cousins was struggling, and he was kind of like the violent kid in our family, you know? Mm-hmm. And we were really close with our cousins. But I remember one day, you know, he came to the house, and he's kind of like screaming like, devil, where are you? You know, you have nothing to me, you know? And he kind of like grew up in the church, so he kind of knew like, oh, God is bigger. But he was almost just like, where are you, Satan? I'm here. You know, I'm stronger than you, and this and that. And then, his aunt appeared, and you know, she had some struggles, probably like alcoholism or something like that, right? But when she appeared, and she didn't know that he was saying this, right? It's maybe, I don't know, 30 minutes later, she shows up to the house, and she goes directly at him. And she starts cussing, you know, Mexican cuss words, the good ones, the good Mexican cuss words. And like, where are you? Da, 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 da. Beep, 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 beep. I'm here, you know? No. And this was the aunt, almost like in a sense, like, I heard you. I'm here, you know, let's wrestle, you know? So I'm not, no, I'm just kind of like trying to say a fun story, but real. But in a sense to say, man, like this letter, like, I don't take it lightly, right? What you're saying here, and like we were saying maybe at the beginning, there might be some spiritual battle even as you wrote this. Yeah. And I'm saying like, devil, this. So anyways, all that to say, we'll be praying for you. We'll be, like interceding for you.
Thank you.
But I think it's important to read this because it's your declaration against the devil.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right? So... And it's short, so I'll read it right here.
Yes, is
it okay? You want to read it, or should I read it? I
feel
got
like
it. Okay.
Unless you want me to.
It'll be my Mexican accent, so that's the only reason I'm asking. Okay, here we go. A letter to the devil, read by Beto Gudiño, but written by Neil Massaro. What's the J, by the way?
Joseph.
Joseph?
Yep.
Really? Cool.
Oh.
Okay.
It's a middle name.
Okay, so Neil Joseph Massaro. Dear Satan, you can't have me. I'm God's kid. My life belongs to Abba Father. For too long, you've tried to take everything from me, from my identity to my purpose, my purity, my freedom, my thoughts, and my affections. You can't have me. I am no longer an orphan. I've been adopted. My life is not up for ransom. He purchased me. I was made to be free. You've tried to imprison me and enslave me for far too long. You've lied to me, manipulated me, and accused me. I refuse to live in subjection to your evil schemes. You have no good intentions. All this world has to offer lacks fulfillment. Nothing deserves my attention as much as Jesus does. My affection is for him. I was made to behold his beauty. You've tried to capture my attention with temporary, lesser things. Nothing compares to Jesus. You have no fruitful vision for my life. You try to defeat me, yet you're the one who was defeated. I refuse to sit back and let you torment me with sin. I refuse to let you define who I am. I won't tolerate your attacks any longer. I don't live for you. You don't get to call the shots over my life. You don't get to tell me my purpose. You don't get to hold my past and my shortcomings over my head. Your leadership leads only to death. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. I was made by God and for God, and you will never be able to change that. I live for Jesus. You can take your mission elsewhere. For as long as I live, I'm alive, you don't stand a chance. Victory belongs to Jesus, and it is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. You're a coward, and you have no power over me. The shackles of sin have been broken. Your voice of accusation has been silenced. It's time for you to get out of my life. It's time for you to sit on the sidelines and watch me live for Jesus. I'm listening to the voice of the Holy Spirit. I will endlessly pursue intimate friendship with him. I will live in sonship to the Father. You can't have me. I'm God's kid.
Thank you for making me cry. So good, good, Neil.
That might
so
be my
good.
favorite part of the book.
Wow.
Save the best for last.
Yeah.
It's so good.